Hello, and welcome to Bless Their Yap. I'm your Reverend host, Olivia. Join me and my patron saint, Marianne, as we dive each week into the Gen Z Holy Text, a notes app. Every week, we are tasked to write down topics in our notes app, and then we yap. So this week has been a little bit of like a hard topic for me. I don't know. I just feel like I was a little dry in the area of notes app stuff. But something I saw a lot online was like predicting like trends in like different things that were coming up. And I thought instead of doing that, Marianne, I wanted to ask like, instead of what you think is going to be trendy like worldwide, like what is something that like you specifically want like to like emulate this year?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Um, I'm trying to think of like my New Year resolutions goals.
It can
Um,
even be like vapid, like I want to wear more like stripes in 2026 or some dumb shit like that.
I think for me, I'm sticking to last year my New Year's resolution was I wanted to make a dress. Like
Yes.
like sew a dress.
Yes.
Didn't do it.
But you
I want
can.
I know I want to like be more like I want to sew something. I want to be more proactive in like the like sewing space and like I want to sew something. It doesn't have to be a dress because I feel like that was a little far-fetched. But I want to sew something that I can physically wear on my body and I kind of want to emulate the like idea of getting some like, planning something and then getting it done because I feel like I do
Yeah.
that for a lot for other people, but I don't do it for myself very often
Really?
because I feel like I don't really have, like, motivation to do it if it's not, like, an external motivation. So, like, if I plan something for something else or if I have a goal in mind that I wanna get done for somebody else, I have that, like, deadline almost to get things done, but then for myself, it's like I just they're like, it's fine. We'll brush it off. It'll be next week or, kind of that mentality.
No, I totally get that. I think that's great. I too also want to like get into sewing. I think so. Audience, we have a friend named Breezy, and she's just like really good at fucking everything.
Everything.
Like, she's just the type of person where, like, and I don't know if it's like her ADHD like forces her to like physically sit down and like she will just like grind and grind and grind until she's done.
For real.
Um, but like she learned to sew this year and like she's just like she just has like a knack for it. Like she picked it up very quickly.
He's a
Um
very crafty
yeah,
person.
she's a very crafty person. She's very good at like that kind of thing. And she's made like cloaks for Vinny. She made me some clothes that like need to get adjusted. I know it's really cute. Um, but like she's really good at that. And I'm like, oh, I want to be more like that. And so like I too want to sew. I heard circle skirts are really easy to sew. Like there's a really easy
Yes.
pattern to follow. I would try that maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That I feel like a circle skirt would be a cute moment, especially in the summer,
Exactly.
where you could like have like a cute long circle
Yes.
skirt that you can wear with
Yes.
like nice boots. Mhm, mhm,
Yes. I could
mhm.
see you
Yeah,
doing like a little like blue and white one with flowers.
I like that. I can see
Right.
that.
Yeah. What else? What else you
But yeah.
got?
Um, I don't know. I feel like what do I want to emulate? I think for me, I want to this year I want to be a little bit more cognizant of like, being a villager in like your like community
No.
of
Yeah, I
people.
do.
Um I think it's been a very not necessarily hot topic, but like something that I have been consuming a lot of things on is like I want to it's basically the opposite of what I was saying before. Is like I want to like do more things for other people, not for the sake of like I don't know any if for any reason, just because I want to like become like create a village and become that
Yeah.
person that people can rely on.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I find it's difficult to think about ways that I can do that. Um, because I'm like, okay, if I think about like what a good villager, I guess, does, it's like, okay, if they like make cookies or something, then they'll like make cookies, package it up, and like bring it to their friends, or like, um, I don't know, like do little things like that, like help their friend, like do laundry at home if they're like have tough time doing chores and things like that. then I don't do that myself. So
Yeah,
I don't do
right.
it for myself. So it's like I want to be a villager, but it's like difficult to like think about ways of how I can do that, integrating it into my own lifestyle already.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the point, right? Is like you actively, in order to become a village, in order to have a village, you have to actively like do things that are like not selfish, I guess, that don't fit in your current lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely. Cause like, I like that too, and, like, I've been also seeing a lot of content about, like, how to fight what is the word? It's, like, radical individualism or something. I know
Uh,
individualism, but it's, like, this specific term that encompasses how in, like, America, or in your case, Canada, um, there's sort of, like, a drive for, like, independence at all costs and individualism at all costs, and how we can, like, combat that, especially because like, it's very hard to. I think you're someone that does that a lot already, I will say.
mhm.
I listeners had a grandma pass away very recently, and Marianne in Canada, which is not where I live in Arizona, DoorDashed me flowers, and it, like, actually made my day. It was actually, like, the sweetest thing I think anybody's ever done for me. And, yeah, I feel like you're someone that really does pour in, but it is hard, and I think part of it is also, like, being nervous about getting in the way of, like, people's spaces. I don't know if
Yeah,
you struggle with that. I feel like that's something
yeah,
I struggle with, where I'm like, I don't wanna, like, interfere with you and your time, but I think a good way to do that is, like, even start, like, within, like, your own family, or, like Wes, like, if Wes has something that, like, he really needs, like, help with, or that you feel like he needs help with, like, helping out with him that way might be good. I don't know, what do you think?
yeah. I feel like for my like group of friends, for example, like I want to be actively more, like I want to hang out with them more. I find that in order for you to like stay friends with somebody, it's not something that can just happen passively. You have to like actively try to stay, especially as we get older. But like adult friendships are so fragile. It's like, man, when, when something comes up, it's so easy to like say, I don't really want to do it. But then that just kind of like chips out, I guess, like
Yeah.
the like, I don't know, stone of your friendship, if that makes sense. They have been in my life for so long that I want to actively try to continue, like, doing things with them and, like, planning things with them. But also, I don't know, I watched a reel a couple days ago where it was saying, like, "Oh, we need to bring back, the sitcom, like, just walking into your friend's house out of nowhere and just, like, hanging out." And I feel like that casual hang, I feel like I want to do it more. It's just hard when it's, like, there's 5 of us, right? And not including myself.
Yeah.
So, it's, like, difficult to, like, try to plan something with everybody. I don't want to be the person that just, like, invites one person because they're, like, free or whatever, because I want everybody to feel involved.
Yes.
Um, so trying to be the person that, like, plans things, but then is also spontaneous and also, like, keeps in mind, like, all the things that I have to do in my household to make sure my household is, like, maintained and things
Yeah.
like that. Like, it's kind of just hard to balance. And I think adult friendships are, like, always gonna be hard to balance, but it's important to me to make sure that the friends that I have feel cared for and feel like I love them and I want to be there for them. But at the same time, I want to also feel that myself. As I've been growing up, I'm the type of person to like when I don't get invited to something or when I'm like not like included, like I feel a crazy amount of FOMO. I guess anxiety will kick in and I'll think like, "Oh, they hate me. Like they don't wanna be with me. They don't wanna like hang
Oh,
out with me
oh,
anymore," and like
no.
all these things. So, I guess it's just I wanna make sure other people don't feel that way and that, I'm, like, doing everything I can to make sure that I'm maintaining those friendships in a healthy way. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? How do you feel about, like, friendships being
I
as an adult, I guess?
Friendships as an adult is very hard. I have a very small group of friends, honestly, like, this sounds really fucking embarrassing. I would say my group of friends are, like, you and Breezy, and then, like, Sammy, and then, like, Micah's friends too, which I'm gonna call organically my friends. Like, I'm very
Yeah, yeah.
comfortable being like, yeah, like, they are the husbands of my friends, but I am independently friends with those people too. But I don't really have, like, my own group of friends outside of that. I did, and I if they ever listen to this, the girls that I used to hang out with in Cholo, I dearly love them. But we just kind of, like, have grown apart a little bit, I think, which is
Yeah.
I think it just happens as, like, people get older. And, like, yeah, I think definitely about the, like, different stages of life is so hard, and it's hard to keep track with that. I do
Mhm.
think that kind of what you were talking about with, like, the sitcom thing, one with 5 people, that just doesn't sound doable, like, if I'm gonna be totally
Yeah.
transparent with
But
you.
that's the thing, like, like, Friends, for example,
Yeah,
there's,
but
like,
Friends
so
isn't
many of them.
real. Friends
I
isn't
know.
real. They all have to walk on the set together.
Uh,
Just especially because like, in adult life, like, people have so many different I'm not the planner of, like, my friend group, that is definitely my husband. But, like, I just can't imagine a world where, like, yeah, everybody would be comfortable with 5 people walking into their house unprompted. I would actually think I'd rather actually kill myself than do that. So I just don't think that's feasible, but I think what you can do is maybe plan, like, big events with all 5 people, right? But
Mhm.
I think something I wanna work on with my friends is, like, spending intentional time one-on-one with each person or even, like, 2 people. But, like and, like, it's to you, you know you're pouring in the same amount into everybody. There's not, like, an exclusion thing at all. And maybe it is even spontaneously. Like, if you're in town, maybe text, like, "Hey, I'm in Toronto. Who's here? Who can I see?" And if
Yeah.
someone can't come, someone can't come, but then you can pour time into that person that can come, and you just do that every time with each person. Um, I think that might be a more realistic view than just walking into, like, a house with 5 people.
Yeah. It's such a idealistic way of, like, thinking of, like, "Okay, yeah, let's just, like, walk into, like, this person's house," or,
Yeah.
like, "Let's, like, casually hang." It's like things and I don't know, life gets in the way so
Yes.
often. Like, like, I don't know, like, doing your own chores is, like for me,
A
I
nightmare.
my house is, like I I wouldn't say I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, we'll say
We
that.
know.
Um, so, like, I need the house to be, like I need my house to be very clean, and, like, if, one of my friends slept over last night because we went skiing, right?
Fun.
And I'm, like all day I've been, like, thinking about, like, I need to, like, change the sheets. Realistically, like, they didn't sweat that much in the sheets, like, it'll be fine, but, like,
No, I get like that.
I feel like it needs to be changed, you know?
And I think I'm very similar. I'm not really a germaphobe, but I am very nervous about and I think this is maybe why, like, the idea of, like, random people walking into my house really scares me, is I also like to keep a really clean house, but I have a harder time with it.
Mhm.
Um, and so, like, the idea like, if I know someone's coming over, that gives me, like, time to prepare, like, to clean and, like, to make sure things are nice. Whereas I don't like people just, like, kinda being dumped on me because then I'm like, "Oh, well, I haven't prepared for you in my space.
Right,
I'm not
right.
mentally ready. I haven't cleaned the
No, I
litter
totally get that.
box."
So
Yes,
I guess that's true.
I
Like,
think
doing what you can,
in
taking
realistic
time
ways.
yeah, in realistic ways, like, taking time to, like, hang out with somebody, like, one-on-one, I think is more doable than, like or at least less daunting than, like,
Everyone.
everybody all at once. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because if you had a friend group that was, like, 2 people, I could see that working a lot easier in
Yeah.
theory. You have a lot of friends because you're really cool and slay. So, I get just, like I think that's really hard just because I was at your bachelorette and I was like, "This is a lot of people."
To be fair, at my bachelorette, I had cousins. I, like, waited so for my bachelorette, I waited until last minute. I think we went, like, the Wednesday before Wednesday random ass day, but it's fine,
I don't even remember.
before my wedding. Um,
It was good. It was I
and
still think about the pad thai that I had.
it was delicious pad
Yum,
thai.
yum,
We went to
yum.
karaoke, and I invited, like, basically all of, like, the young friends that were going to be at the wedding were also at the bachelorette
Yeah.
party. I was very lucky that people were available. But yeah, it was a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't see a world in where, like, that's ever going like, there is just no shot that, like, a bunch of 20-something-year-old people are always gonna have, like, the exact same schedule. And especially as, like, you age into adulthood and, like, you have kids or people pursue, like, different careers or whatever, like, I just foresee that getting harder, and so I think, like,
Mhm.
pouring intentionally when you can is, like, more important than the mass quantity of time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you wanna emulate? What going back to your original
Oh,
question.
yeah, I wanna emulate, I feel like I learned a lot about myself in 2025 in terms of like kind of both positive and negative. I learned that I'm someone with a very like I feel like I have a lot of like anger issues
Mhm.
almost. Or I feel like I express emotions very explosively. And so that's something I'm really working on is like how do I better because I'm someone that like yes, I express very explosively, but I also feel a lot of shame about expressing explosively. I feel like I just don't handle it well. Um,
Mhm.
like, I will kind of, like, explode, but then I also feel, like, such shame for exploding, and so I really wanna learn how to, like, handle my emotions better and, like, get a little bit more in tune with my emotions because I'm someone that always, like, was like, "I'm so empathetic. Yeah. I'm very emotionally intelligent." And I think I'm actually not very emotionally intelligent. I also have learned about myself this was the year that Olivia learned that she was an introvert after, like, 20 plus years of her telling herself that she's an extrovert because she likes being around people. I also am really, like, trying to take more, like, quiet time to myself and figuring out, like, when what recharges my battery, and also, like, not using introvertism as, like, a cop out to, like, just get out
Right.
of not wanting to do something. That's something I really fear I would do. And so being like, "Okay, I need time to recharge, but then I do have to pour into others as well." Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's really difficult to find your way to, like, calm. I think for me, I'm explosive in the sense of, like, I get really I have really big emotions to really,
Mhm.
like, realistically, like, little things, or, like, I get
That's me.
passionate
Yeah.
about really little
Yeah.
things. Um, and it realistically, it doesn't like, the things don't really matter, but for me, they matter, and when I can't explain why they matter, it gets me even more mad.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, for example, my husband, Wes, he is a talker, like, he wants to be able to work things out in the moment, and I can't, like, I need time. And my mom and my older sister are both the same way. Like, they just need to, like, walk away from the situation, take some time to think about it, to figure out how to articulate their thoughts, and then go back to their partners and, like, do the same thing. And I feel like even in, like, luckily this hasn't happened too much in, like, my friendships where, like, I get like, actually, like, mad at them. But, like, for, like, my family, um, it'll be a lot of, like, them saying something or them doing something that really bothers me, and then me, like, immediately wanting to be like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean?" Like, it's really difficult for me to not, I guess, like, have, like, my head being
Yeah.
blown off because of what they're doing. So, I don't know. I find, like, the best way for me to cope with, like, how I'm feeling is, I guess, that to, like, step away for, like, 5 minutes. I've had to learn to compromise with my husband because he's not the type of person that needs, like, that he wants to work things out right away, like I said. So, it's like I take 3 to 5 minutes to just, like, compose myself, compose my thoughts, and then, like, also just, like, breathe, and then I'll take it to whoever I need to, like, speak to about, like, whatever it is, because otherwise it'll just stew inside me, and I'll just get, like, more angry. It'll be like this like, feedback loop of, like, "Why don't you
Yeah.
understand what I'm, like, trying to say?" So that's what's worked for me, but, like, I don't know, have you talked about it with your, like,
I
therapist?
have, and we're actively working on it. She's given me a couple, like, really because I am a lot like Wes, where, like, I'm someone, like, I need to get it out, like, right away, and then, like, I need to, like
Mhm.
I'm very much like a verbal processor because 'cause I'm a certified yapper. Um, but I also struggle sometimes with, like, finding the words to explain how I'm feeling, and then that frustrates me, and so I've been working a lot on, like, techniques that can help me when I'm feeling frustrated or even, like, finding ways, like, if it's, like, I like, if I'm feeling like someone didn't understand what I'm saying about something, or, like, I feel like I'm not being heard, instead of, like, blowing up and being like, "You're not listening to me," or la la la, I would then go like, "Hey, I don't feel heard in this situation right now." Like, kind of, like, negating it a little bit or, like, finding calmer ways to say it. We've also been doing a lot of, like, physical stuff as well, so I go like, and then that's really helpful is just to go, because it's essentially,
Yeah.
like, mentally dropping the anger is kind of what it's supposed to be, and that's really been
Yeah.
helpful. So, yeah,
Oh, I love that.
you know,
That's
say
awesome. I've seen a lot of, like, things about, like, with kids about regulating their emotions,
Mhm.
about how, like, you breathe in the roses and then you blow out the
That's
candle and, like, that
cute.
kind of, like, exercise. So I can kind of see that in, like,
Yeah,
that, like, exercise. Um, when I get angry or, like, upset at something, it's really hard to be able to explain, especially I don't know, especially when you can't wrap your head around, like, why
yeah,
it is you're angry all the time or, like, why it is you're upset. It's interesting how other people are able to do that
yeah,
or have the words to, like, explain exactly why they're feeling angry or why they're feeling upset in any way. For me, I can't really fathom. Like, it takes a long time for me to articulate a thought in the first place. I feel like my mouth speaks faster than what my brain is actually, like, working
word.
at. But yeah, that's I don't know, that's me.
It's hard, it's hard,
Mm.
but we work and we grow, and that's what
Yeah.
we got for 2026.
Exactly.
What's your topic, Mary?
Um For me, I was okay, so I actually wrote it down. I kind of have anxiety around, like, how family traditions change as we get older,
Ooh.
and create families of our own. I'm just worried that, like, as we distance ourselves, and create our own family units, like, we'll lose that, like, almost magic. For me, how I felt, like, throughout my life is, like, a magic of, like, being with, like, my cousins. For my family, we'll all hang out at one my aunt's house, and, we'll, have dinner, and then we'll all, like, play board games or, like, hang out and talk in somebody's room or whatever, and I don't know. This year kind of just, like, made me nervous because, we kinda spent Christmas, like, separately. It just felt really odd and, like, very strange to spend Christmas separately. We spent New Year's kind of together, but it was, like, not a very big crowd. People were kinda, like, all over the place. Like, I would ask, like, "Oh, where's this person?" And then they'd be like, "Oh, they're, like, with their partner," and the idea of not holding on to these traditions, because I can do my best to, like, make it there and, like, be a part of,
Yeah,
like, the
yeah.
conversation and hang out, but I'm worried that it won't be reciprocal, um, and I had a conversation with my one of my cousins. I was like, "Guys, I'm, like, actually worried that we won't continue this tradition as we get older," and they're like, "No, no, no, we'll do it. Of course we will. Like, of course we'll make it." I feel like the glue of our relationships are our parents, right? Like they are the ones that connected us because they went off to find these, like, people that they related to because they were new in Canada. They didn't know English very well, and, like, they found their people. And, like, as cousins are, you're kind of just, like, tossed into this, like, relationship because you're, like,
Yeah,
related
yeah.
or, like, because you're connected with through the parents, right? So, as we find our own lives, like, what happens to those traditions of, like, being together and, like, how do we maintain, um, the closeness as, our lives kind of distance each other, and this kind of matches the conversation before. It's like, for your friends, like, how are you able to do that? Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, that's hard. So I am adopted. So I have my, like, Christmas traditions that I had when I was with my birth family, and then I had Christmas traditions that I had with my adopted family, and then now as, like, a married person, I am discovering new traditions with Micah and his family. And so growing up when I was younger, I didn't have that. I was an only child with just, like, me and my mom and my dad. Like, Christmas Eve, it was just kind of like the 3 of us, and then Christmas Day, we would go to Santa Barbara to visit my grandparents, and then it would just be, like, the 5 of us, and we didn't like, my grandparents don't really like people staying in their house because they were very private, and so it was also kind of just always like us 3 on Christmas. But when I moved in with my adopted family, I then had a whole slew of Christmas traditions that were then thrown on me that were not the ones that I had before. And so, like, as a kid, I kinda had to, like, adopt or, like, kind of adapt to, like, okay, what did these people do for Christmas? And it was kind of the same thing where, like, all of, like, the relatives get together, and we would, like, do stuff on Christmas Eve, and it'd be, like, my mom's stepsister and her brothers and, like, all these other people. And that grew and changed as the family units grew and changed. People came and they went because, like, someone's going off to college and they wanna be with their boyfriend on Christmas because they wanna be their family, or
Mhm.
my uncle got remarried and his wife's, like, oldest son brought his family over with their, like, 9-year-old son, and, like, that's been, those people aren't biologically related to me, but they've been coming, like, to every Christmas since. But they've changed a lot, and, like, that's something that I'm learning with Micah and that, like, Micah and I are walking through as well. On the subject of, like, cousin stuff, I was not close with my, like, adopted I mean, I'm close with them, I love them, but they're quite a bit younger than me, most of them are, and so,
Mhm.
like, I'm just not, like, as close with them, so I don't have that, but my husband does have that, and I think part of I don't know if it's a solution because I don't think this is a problem that has a solution, unfortunately. I think it's just I think it's just a really sad part of life is, like, yeah, they might not be in your life forever, your cousins,
Yeah.
but it's beautiful while they are, and, like,
Yeah.
cherish it while you can, and then you can think about, like, okay, like, for you and Wes's kids one day, if you guys wanna have kids, you can go, "It was so important for me to see my cousins on Christmas. Maybe it'll be important for them to see theirs." Like, you can go to
Yeah.
Lucy's house or you can go to your sister's houses and, like, you can carry on that tradition even if it's not with, like, the same exact people, or you can see, like, your friends' like, kids and stuff like that and, like, do stuff with them. I'm also really big on, like, because, like, in my adopted family, like, with my parents and stuff, like, we just had Christmas last weekend because, like, it's too hard to try to organize everybody together on that same day, as I've
Yeah.
learned, and I've learned, like, you can just stretch that shit out as long as you want. If you wanna see everybody, you'll be really tired, but you
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think it's like as sad as it is, I think like eventually people grow apart
Yeah,
and if you're not actively putting in the effort to like maintain
and
like the
even if you are
relationships or
though,
like the
like,
events.
things happen, and it's okay, and it's hard,
Mhm.
but it's okay.
It's hard to accept that though.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like for me, I don't I don't think I could accept that like
I
fully.
know, I know.
For my family, I feel like we still have a couple years, like our glue is still there, right?
Mhm.
Maybe for them, it'll be like the same situation where like, okay, if they have kids, then they'll want their kids like around the cousins because they want the same
Yeah,
kind of like upbringing or at least traditions as them.
yeah,
And they're just not in that era of life right now.
yeah,
Um, I think you're right. You kind of just need to make your own traditions and
exactly.
like do things that you can control. So this past New Year's, I spent it with my family for the first time in a while because like COVID kind of like put a
Yeah,
damper on things, and then I spent Christmas and New Year's with like my husband's family. I don't know, I feel like I kind of just want to be like with my friends and like hang out with them. Like I feel like c- New Year's is like, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna start that tradition next year of like planning like a not like a house party, but
no, but,
like
like,
a
an
get
event.
together for New
Yeah,
Year's.
like a little
Yeah.
hangout. I think that's a great idea, and, like, yeah, I think pouring into, like, people that you wanna pour into when you wanna pour into them is totally fine.
Mhm. Mhm.
And do you this is probably really, like, a cornball idea, but, like, do you have, like, pictures of, like, all the Christmases that, like, you and your cousins have spent together?
I think so, yeah.
I think
If I don't, then my family
Yeah, I was gonna
definitely
say,
does,
like,
like
I
my
think, like,
my
you can
dad or
maybe, like,
something.
make, like, a scrapbook or something to, like, show your kids one
That would be
day,
cute.
and that way they like, even if, like, that person isn't in your life anymore, you get to due to, like, death or moving or just distance,
Yeah.
then, like, 1, it allows you to hold on and cherish a memory that maybe isn't there anymore, but then it also allows
Mhm.
you to, like, teach your kids about that person too, even if like they're not available.
Yeah. No, I love that. I still, speaking of scrapbooks, for my wedding, this is a side tangent, but for my wedding, I had like a little like guest book,
It was
right?
so
We
cute.
had all of our guests take Polaroids of
It was so
themselves and
cute.
like write a little note. Most guests it up. Like there was what are they called? Do you know the tissue paper?
Yeah, I think I'm
So
one of
there
the
would be
guests that put it up and I put it on the tissue paper. You're
so
supposed to
they
put it,
wrote
like,
on the
inside of
tissue
it.
paper. And so I need to fix that. And the reason I thought of that is because I'm like, "Oh, I wanna do more scrapbooking,
Yeah,
like, that would
scrapbook
be really
that.
cute."
That's a
Like,
good idea.
yeah. But now I need to fix that. I need to remember, like, anytime I go into that room, I'm like, "I need to do that."
I don't even know where my
So
guest book is. I honestly don't know if I have. I feel like I did. I have no idea where it is. I have not, and I'm so sorry if anybody listening was a guest at my wedding. It's not that I don't love you, but I just genuinely don't know where I put that after.
Oh, that's okay.
Not a
Yeah,
clue.
I haven't looked at it in a while, and it's been, like, 2 years since
Exactly.
2 years? Yeah,
No,
2
has
years since
it?
our wedding.
No, it's
Has
been like
it?
a year.
It wasn't this past
It wasn't this past summer, but I was in this
it was the
apartment.
one before?
It was, yeah, I was
Right.
in this apartment because that's
Okay,
when
okay.
I couldn't find my ring.
No, no.
And still is lost in the ether of this apartment somewhere.
We'll find it.
I
We'll
know,
find it
literally when I
eventually.
move, I'll find it. 'Cause now that I have, like, the replacement and the flea market ring that looks just like my OG ring.
There you go. Perfect.
Like, I know, but I don't wanna hear about it from Micah anymore.
I was gonna say, do you want to go into sermon studies?
I
Because I have a
do.
fun one.
Oh my gosh, that's actually really exciting. So, for anybody that's just tuning in for the first time, sermon studies are when we like to share just like little things that we have been like reading or doing or watching this week that we want to share with the audience. So, Marianne, what's yours?
So I went to what do you guys call it? I feel like you guys have Marshalls there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and like Ross and
Okay.
like TJ Maxx.
Yeah, yeah. We have essentially okay, TJ Maxx is the best comparison. So we have a TJ Maxx, but it's called Winners because like you win every time you
That's
go because you
so
can find exactly
cute.
what you want. It's really cute. But yeah, Canada has Winners. It's great. And like in the aisle, like when you go to pay, there's like always like this like, stand of mugs that are like different weird shapes and sizes and like whatever. So my friend and I, we were talking about what like the ideal shape of mug is. I'm curious
Ooh.
what yours is, but mine is like a gigantic like mug that like has some sort of intricate design or like is like super cute in a way. But mine is like big. It's even bigger than like the edge of this cup. It's like probably like this much
Mhm.
bigger. And for me, it's like kind of straight down and then curved at the bottom, right? That's like kind of
Ooh.
my ideal shape of mug. Hers was like the opposite. She loves like a bowed out mug at the bottom,
Interesting.
or sorry, at the top, or she likes a bowed out at the bottom, like big booty or big, I don't know, rack.
Ooh. Okay, wait, hold on. Pause. I'm gonna go grab my perfect mug, actually.
Okay,
That way I have, like, a
sounds
visual
good.
representation. Okay, so I just ripped this out of the dishwasher because it's my newest mug and it's my favorite,
Love it.
but I'm a big, like, design sucker. My little brother gave this to me for Christmas.
That's really cute.
It's Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service, and what I like about it is I like a mug that's got, like, a good, like, girth, like a good weight.
Heftiness.
Yeah, heft, not too
Mm.
heavy, but not like too flimsy. I don't like a handle that I can't put my hand around. I don't fuck with that.
Mm.
And it needs to have like a space so I don't burn my knuckles.
Oh,
But
smart.
I think
Yeah,
I'm like
that
you.
makes sense.
I like a wide, big, deep mug. Almost like a soup bowl.
Mine is even deeper. My
Okay,
ideal
say.
mug, that's, like, almost too, like, short for me.
Okay, so
I
you're like
like
a tall boy?
a bigger
A
yeah,
tall
yeah.
boy.
I like when I have coffee or tea, I want it to get cold of how big it is, like, of how, like, much it
That's
is.
slay, that's slay, I like that. But yeah, this one also comes with a lid, and the lid, like, screws on. I like that. Uh,
Ooh, love that.
Perfect mug design. Very good. Ripped it out of the
Love that.
dishwasher.
Anyways, that was my sermon
I
study.
love that. No, that's a good sermon study to have, like, your favorite type of mug. Um,
Shape of mug,
yeah,
shape.
I like that because okay, that's so embarrassing because like, my mom collects mugs. She's really cute. She likes to, like, she's actually borderline hoarder. Um, 'Cause she has so many, and they're also, like, meaningful to her. She has ones for specific people based off what they like, so she can pray for
Mhm.
them. Like, she'll, like, have her quiet morning Bible time, and she'll pray for them if she
Aw,
drinks out of that mug.
that's really sweet.
It's
That's
really
really
sweet.
sweet.
She'll text me a picture if she's drinking out of, like, one of my mugs.
Cute.
So I love that. I think that's really cute, and that's just what that makes me think of is, like, because my dad is also the same way. He has, like, bugs that he only specifically really likes, so I like talking about bugs. I think it's great.
Love it.
Mine
What's your
is
summon study?
yeah, I am getting into crafting a little bit. I'm not like a big I wanna be a big crafter. I think I'm just not, like, patient enough to craft, unfortunately. But that's not true, like, I am.
Mm.
I've been making, like I'll show you. Oh, I'll show you. But I'm making, like, little, like, hair clips with that have, like, buttons on them and stuff. I'm in my button era.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so
That's
I've
so
been making
cute.
that. I'm also planning Breezy, our friend mentioned on the pod again, made me like last Christmas a little heart-shaped purse and it's really cute. But I have this doily at work that cuz I have a work doily. I'm gonna like sew it on there and I have like a little baby doll face that I'm gonna put on it and I want to put beads on it and stuff like that. I'm really excited for that.
So
'Cause I have an
cute. <laughs>
extra baby doll face and I need to use it for something. I made doll arm earrings, and everybody at my work thought they were really weird and scary.
Yeah, but that's kinda
I
your vibe.
know,
You're
no, it's
like I feel like you give such, like, warm energy, but then, like, you love creepy
I
things.
love dolls,
So it's like
though.
it's a dichotomy, and I love it.
I know. I also, speaking of dolls, I'm really into, like, the Blythe do you know what a Blythe doll is? Are you familiar?
I'm scared.
No,
I'm
it's not
already
scary.
scared.
It's not scary. It's not scary. Blythe dolls are, like they're from the '70s, but they're really, like, big now because AliExpress, I'm sorry, makes them.
Mhm.
But it's like little they kind of just look like almost like little dolls and they're like and like they have like what's the term? Articulation really well. They have really big eyes and they blink and it's very cute. But I have one and I'm going to customize it and turn it into Betty Boop because Betty Boop is my comfort character.
Oh, cute. Yeah.
And
Okay,
I'm
they're
excited.
not
No, they're not
super
scary. They're
scary.
not scary. They're cute. They're cute.
They're
They're
a
not
little scary, but they're more cute
scary. They're not
than they're like
I feel like out of all of okay, listeners, I show Marianne and our friends probably like once every 2 week a like random doll that I like to collect dolls and stuff like that that I'm really into, and it's just like a barrage of like, what the fuck, Olivia? And
Yeah, it's you know those dolls that you would see in, like, a horror movie that, like,
no, they're
murder, like, the main
cute.
character?
They're
Yeah, that.
cute. I
No.
can't believe this. I do have because
I told her anytime she, like, gets a doll or something, and if she moves here, like, I will be, like,
yeah.
saging them
Oh my
first
gosh.
I will bring a little, like, thing of sage to, like, come into your house with
My mom is
to
a
make sure you don't die.
My mom is a thrift queen, and she got I love Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls, and which like, Raggedy Ann is famously, like, the original Annabelle doll, and so, like, anytime which I hate. Ugh. Oh, I hate it. Um, and she got me them, and I show Micah, I'm like, look what my mom got me," and I just hear him from our balcony go, "Oh, but they're creepy." So the affinity for dolls is real. The affinity for dolls is real.
Oh gosh.
I love them. I love
But
their
yes, you want to craft more, that's
I
your
do,
summon study.
and I feel like 'cause of the snow buy, I think
Love
it's a
that.
very, like, big thing. I have a lot of craft supplies. I also have,
Mhm.
like, iron-on transfer paper to where, like, you could print something up on your printer,
Ooh,
and then you can iron it on and, like, it transfers off, and I have a really big
that's
plan
so
I
cool.
wanna start using that. I think that's gonna be really fun. So,
No, I think that would be really cool.
yeah.
I don't know if you can do it with this kind of transfer paper, but I would love like a little green, emerald green t-shirt with your drawing of
I could
chess.
really do that. I think I could. I don't have, like, a color printer, but I could get access to one probs. Like
Literally, I'm thinking just like the sketched version of it, like
Yeah.
white,
Yeah, 'cause I think
you
I
know,
have
like
that
white.
somewhere.
Mhm,
Somewhere.
mhm.
The tresses.
That'd be super cool. I would
Okay.
wear that to,
Okay, well,
Dragonsteel next year.
I know. Everybody, my thesis statement was a drawing of Tress that I did because I just finished the book and I was geeking out about it. And so I was like, well, I could just make like fan art and call it my thesis project.
It was so good. It's
Oh my
genuinely
God.
like the art, the
No.
Tress art in
No.
general. If you haven't, go read that book. But the Tress art in general is like it's really nice. But like Olivia's like fan art is like exactly what Tress is supposed to embody. It's so good.
Stop.
It's
Stop.
really good.
Stop. You're making me blush. All right. Well, chat. I think that's it for this week.
That's everything. All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.